Hello and welcome to the After Show Afterthoughts. And here I am with the beautiful Debra Hare-Bey. I told you she was pretty. Do you see it? Look at her. I told you she was pretty. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. What a wonderful half an hour. And we were talking a little bit before we started this recording on how, it is so difficult for the artist here to really find our niche, because the power is given to a lot of artists who don't really have that in the concern.
Yes.
It is the concern of those of us. The imagery is very important.
Very important.
The storylines are very important, that they get enlarged, that we have relationships, that we just are not the people who come in and have 3 lines and we don't have anybody else in the play, nobody else in the movie, nobody else in the television series that connects to us, that we have a connection that, and for years that was not happening. It's beginning to happen now, but it needs to happen even more.
I would agree with you 100%. 100%.
It's just,
I will say that in our conversation that we just had while we were on the phone, you said that they now require.
Yes, it's been voted on. Yes.
I still have not seen that. So I'm very happy to hear that. Yes. But you still have actresses and models complaining that when they get on set, they don't have the appropriate people for them.
Well, they've just made it a requirement. Okay. So it takes a while for those people to filter through and get, you know what I'm saying? They have to filter through and get in there. So, it was very difficult for a qualified person who could work on different hair. Like you and I could be in the same show.
Yes.
We could not find one person who could do both of our hair.
Horrible. Horrible. Yeah. But here's the thing, Lynnie, going to school, and I will say this because I think this is very specific. As a person of color, you better not show up on that set and not be able to do everybody's hair.
Exactly.
You better not.
Yeah. But that's not that there's a double standard.
It's a double standard for sure.
Yes. For
sure.
Because for many times when I was in LA and doing a lot of shows, some shows had leads that were Black Americans, some had leads that were not. The shows that had Black Americans in it, you would see that there was a special effort that to have someone qualified there, but that was demanded by the actors.
Yes.
I really, if I'm going to have braids in this thing, I want someone who knows how to freshen up my braids.
Yes.
I've been rehearsing all week. I want them to look fresh. I want them to look shiny. I want them to, how does that done? I want them to know how it's done. I don't want them just to spray something on it and it looks clunky. Again, people who have softer hair, sometimes they had trouble with people understanding that their hair might be soft, but it wasn't like white hair.
Yes.
So it's, there's still something that you have to do,
Yeah, there's still texture there.
Exactly.
There's still texture
so
there.
All of that is being looked into. It just got approved on we just had a vote, but the vote
is really good to know.
Yes. And I was that was one of the most important things that I voted on for it. I shouldn't be telling all of this on air, but I really wanted that because my experience, I did well because I knew exactly what I wanted to look like and I knew how to achieve that.
Yeah.
And I also came in with, saying to people when they would offer me, I said, no, that's not, I'm not even discussing that. This is what we have. I have it for you. You don't know where to get it. I know where to get it.
There you go. Good for you. Good for you.
So that's, I became known for that, oh, here comes this, she knows what she wants. Don't worry about it. She's got the look. But then you had to have the conversation with the director and the producer that look was going to be the look that they wanted for that character. Because if it wasn't, and if it was something that I thought was inappropriate, that was a game changer. That was a contract breaker there, because it was like, if I'm playing someone that is in a community that's a Black community.
Yes.
They don't have to have their hair tied up.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you.
I grew up in a community where the women who worked and lived in Harlem in the Bronx and moved and worked downtown to Manhattan.
Yes.
These women were pristine when they got
absolutely well put
together. There was never a scarf. There was never, I mean, everybody's makeup was perfect. Everybody's clothing was perfect. They had their clothes cleaned downtown and uptown.
Yes.
They knew.
Lynnie, you know that you dare not go out of your house without your hair done properly.
Absolutely.
You dare not.
The reflection, the replication of it when I would be dealing with the business is that, you know, here comes, this is a person who lives in the community, and then I would see that a bandana would be given to somebody to tie up their head. And I went, well, that's just not something that's going to work for me. So what are we going to do? Because
that is not a thing in our community.
No, I said, that's inaccurate.
It is inaccurate.
That may be an image that you want to, you want to consistently sustain, but it's not an accurate image.
Yes.
You know, there are people who do that, but when that's the only image that you see every single time, and the exception to the rule is when you see a well-kept woman, you know, then I had to say no.
Good for you, Lynnie, because that doesn't often happen. So praises to you, because that does not often happen.
Well, but you have to position yourself so that you can say no. That's the other thing that people say. There are a lot of people who do it who wish they could say no, but they haven't positioned themselves so they can say no. And I understand that. I've worked with them, and they'd say, Lynnie, thank you, for speaking up, because I couldn't say it. I need this job. I really do need this job. And I said, I understand, but then you become a dangerous person when you don't have a price, because, there wasn't a price. There wasn't a price. And then I was very, very fortunate to work with people who respected my decision.
Yes.
And said, well, you know what it is. So tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking every day, they knew my history. They knew, this is what it looks like. No, I didn't really run into that a lot, because I was very careful about accepting the jobs with people that I thought that I could keep my job.
Right.
Because I knew they would fire me. They would just say, you know what, she's got to go, because she's not going to. So I didn't want to enter into a relationship where that would happen. And I've been fortunate that it didn't. But I thank you so much for doing all of the things that you do to promote the empowerment and beauty of hair of all different kinds of people.
Yes. And
the importance of it, and the importance of it being from the inside out.
From the inside out. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think that, and I'll say again, I think your footprint is going to be very, very large. You should be very proud of what you have accomplished. I'll ask you this one thing. What do you think from the past accomplishments that you think you will be remembered most for?
Okay. So that's a simple one, Lynnie. I created, and I didn't know at the time this is what I was doing, but the character Max from Living Single. And it was such a impact on the community because, one, she was a lawyer.
Yes.
And secondly, she wore her hair in a style that was untraditional for a lawyer. And she was brilliant, and she wore it well. And so you had not seen that much. You had seen it in our community, but that was not something that they portrayed in television.
Exactly.
Right?
When you said you created it, tell us what you mean.
I created the style. So unlike many other stylists, they were hired by the set. All of my entree into movies and television was through the actress herself, where she had come into the salon and liked her hair and then presented it on set.
And said, this is what I'd like. This is what I'd like to wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's an avenue. And so then I became a part of, that actress. I can't think of the word, but then I became part of the set, but not through them hiring me.
Yes,
the stylist, the actress hired me, right?
Yes.
And so that still is the most recognizable hairstyle to date.
Yeah.
That is the style that I get often asked to recreate. And at the time, I was wearing my hair like that. And she walked in when she was doing another show and she liked my hair and she thought, she wanted to try it, which I did. And she happened to be going for the audition for Living Single and got the part. And that was history there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's that, history is made. It's sometimes it's not planned.
Yes.
It's there for us to achieve, but we just never know how we're going to achieve it.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful, wonderful way of us now ending this, because people, just in case they're not as familiar with Living Single, that is one of the TV series that Queen Latifah was the star on, and you had Kim Fields, and there's wonderful, 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 brilliant actresses that portrayed the women there being single in New York City. And it was wonderful, and to know that there is a connection, that is a real connection here that happened there, that made that happen. It's absolutely wonderful, just wonderful. Well, my dear, I've taken enough of your time. I thank you so much for being a guest this week. It's wonderful. I wish you so much success for all of the things that you're about to approach: the documentary, the festival, the International Braid Day, all of those things. So much work that you have to do ahead of you. Don't exhaust yourself.
Yes, thank you for saying that, Lynnie.
And say them one more time, please, your website.
O as in OH, myheavenlyhair.com.
All right. OH, myheavenlyhair.com.
Yes.
All right. All righty. We will.
Thank you, Lynnie.
Thank you, my darling.
Always my pleasure.
Yes. You be well, be safe.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, babe. Have a good evening.
Hold on one second while I stop this. And I thank the audience. We're going to talk for a second right afterwards. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.